real estate but don't know where to start?
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. Can you hear me? I don't know. If you don't know who I am by now, I don't know what you've been doing. You been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucking dummy. This how we do. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Cashflow Money Monroe, and we all the way live talking that real estate faux show. This is how we do it each and every Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. We making money out of houses, right, Art?
Yes, sir. That's right.
How does one really make money from houses? You know, people think, they say, man, I got to have my credit right. I got to have all this stuff saved up. How do you really make money with houses?
A lot of different ways. A couple of them, I'll say, one way would be to wholesale deals. Another way is you can buy properties on terms and keep them for cash flow. Another way is you can do house hacking. Is that what they call it? When you don't own the properties and you do the, lease it out short term. You can do property management. You can do offer. It's a tremendous amount of services you can offer around real estate. It's a lot of ways.
So basically, you saying one little old house, a whole bunch of people get to eat off that one little house.
For sure.
No matter how you look at it.
Absolutely.
Because I have a furnished rental, and they had a problem. They said, well, some people moved out of the house, and somebody else just moved in, and they said they think there's some fleas in the bedroom. I'm like, oh my God. So now I got to hire an exterminator and send them over there tomorrow and try to fix it all up. It's always something, ain't it?
Yeah, it is always.
The thing about holding real estate, depending on which exit strategy you're using, there could be something to pay for if you decide to hold that property. Just make sure your cash flow is stretched out enough to pay for anything that goes on. With that particular house, they are paying $3,800 a month, and the payment on that house is $900 plus $300, so $1,200. So it's got enough spread on it that I can use the money from their cash flow to fix something if it breaks. I mean, that's the kind of properties we like. Traditional rentals making $100, $200. One little thing could eat you up. The exterminator probably $200 by itself, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I could go bomb the house myself, but it's like, I'd rather just have the professionals come in. They take care of all of that. I don't have to worry about it. What is your thoughts around that, Art? If something comes up on a house you're working on, would you hire a professional, or would you get your tool belt out and go in and try to fix it yourself?
Yeah, I'm a hire a professional, long story short.
Oh, but what if it's just a loose faucet? You can just do that with a wrench.
Well, first off, I'm really doing rent to own, so I don't get those kind of calls to begin with. But if it was something very minimal like that and I had time, I would go do it. But in general, I'm just going to hire professionals if I need to do something.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Because a lot of times, I've done little things here and there, but every time I do it, I regret it. Like, oh man, I just saved $50 to save whatever. Like, man, I rather just gave somebody that money and let them deal with that. What you think about that, Justin? You like to get your tool belt out and go start fixing on stuff, or you say, man, let me call somebody else and let them handle it?
I said my kinfolk over there. My kinfolk need that bread.
Oh, so you making sure others are eating because you are eating.
100%.
So that's part of your give back in the real estate community or the entrepreneurship community. We give opportunities to others, like trash hauling, house cleaning. That's always never ending. Cutting grass, shoveling snow whenever that happens, even though we're going to be, 70-something degrees on Christmas. That's crazy work. I think they said 74 degrees on Christmas in St. Louis. Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Welcome to global warming. But it's always something to do when it comes to this stuff. Let's see here what we got. So we got that and that. So what's going on, Justin? Anything cooking good this week?
We always stirring the pot, man.
Any new opportunities on the week of Christmas?
New opportunities. I made a status this week about my grandma's house being fixed and everything, and me talking to her about a will and setting up everything, just in case or when something does eventually happen and everything. And a lot of people resonated with that. I got a lot of questions and people were inquiring about those type of things. One girl had told me that she was going to be doing a short sale on her dad's house, on her deceased father's house. And if you know anything about short sales, that wouldn't be possible to do that without some type of probate situation. She did say her dad had took out a loan for like 30 grand on the house or something like that prior to her being able to before he passed away. So
why do people just think they can default to a short sale all the time?
I wonder where these people been introed short sale at. Like, where is this verbiage? Where does this come from? Who gives them this idea? And then where do they walk this down in their mind?
I don't know. I mean, a short sale is nothing short about a short sale. It takes a long time, and you got to get the bank's approval to accept less than what's owed on the property.
You're not doing the short sale on 30 grand. And then the second thing is with that, she talking about she remodeling the house and fixing it up and stuff. And I'm like, don't remodel a house you don't have deed to. I haven't got into that with her, but there's a lot of people out here in St. Louis that need to be activated and informed that, hey, if you're living in a home and you paying the taxes and it's not deeded to you, it's only a matter of time before that becomes a problem.
Yeah, so the property, you said it was her father's property. What makes her think she's entitled to it?
I don't know. I haven't got her on the phone yet. I just got her phone number and everything at this point. So I was trying to talk to her, kind of walk her down that. And if she were to, quote unquote, do a short sale, which wouldn't be possible, but if she did one, on a short sale, you have to put it on the market and allow other people to send offers on that property. You just can't initiate a short sale and buy the house yourself. That's not.
No, they won't allow that. They got to approve everything. And when you start dealing with short sales, you have to get the bank's approval to breathe. They want to send out what they call a BPO, broker's price opinion, which is a real estate agent going to come out, walk the property. They're going to do their comparative analysis and everything, see what they think the house is worth. And it's really based off what they report back to the bank. If they report something like, oh, no, this property should be more money, the bank gonna want more money. If they write something down and say, oh, yeah, this is a good deal at this number or lower, the bank probably going to take it. But who wants to try to beg the bank for an opportunity at real estate opportunity? Not me. It is a good strategy, but we see an old girl down in Texas. Is she still in prison or did she get out? What was the short sale queen?
Yeah, prison. She walking that sentence down.
Let me look up right quick. The short sale queen. Let me see if there's any update on it.
She walking that sentence down like yesterday.
Yeah. She was used to manipulate. It's coming up in AI. AI even said that she was bad. That's messed up. I only met her one time in Texas, but yeah, shouts out to her. Hopefully she.
You met her? Y'all do some deals?
No, I only met her one time.
So you the short sale king?
No.
Short sale king of Missouri.
No, I don't short no sale. I'll short the seller. But when you start, the problem is with that is not just that you're dealing with the bank, you're dealing with FHA loans, federal guidelines, all this other stuff. So they're really going to be looking at you. You cannot be the buyer or a family member of or the person who's the borrower of that property when you think you're going to get a discount. They're not having it. You cannot be related to them. You cannot be tied to them in any kind of business way. They're going to dig into all of that stuff, and it's just not worth it, man. I'm not playing with those people. When it's other ways to make it. Stay out of the life of crime. Have you ever did a short sale, Art?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Never tried it. Never thought about it. I don't even think about it, thinking about it.
So get rid of it. So what do you think about when you look at when you're looking at a property? What are you really thinking? Buying it for what they owe on it, or you have something preconceived in your mind when you're looking at a brand new prospect?
Generally I try to go into it with an open mind, but honestly, if the house is livable, I really just want to get it on terms, ideally. But I just try to, see what the seller really want to do, and if a cash deal is what they want to do, then we just go down that road.
Yeah, that makes sense because a lot of times they, everybody wants something different. See, that's the thing to go in better, like you said, Art. We go in clean mind. If you go in already thinking, I want to flip this house, all you seeing is flippy eyes, like the lashes they be wearing, them big lashes. And then, or if you, you're thinking, oh, I want to live in this house. Oh, I can move in here. I can put my daughter in this room, my son in that room, and my wife can like this room for her extra office. You thinking of all this stuff when the deal does not present that. We want to play the hand we're dealt, not the hand we wish to have. So it's very important to not just go into these opportunities thinking about what's in it for me. I really want to understand what the seller is trying to accomplish, what the seller has tried already that failed them. What is the thing that I can do to add value to help them get to the thing they're trying to get to? And once we get all that lined up, it kind of makes sense and we can make something happen. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, that's the biggest thing with this stuff. I just try to keep a clear mind. And what's up, Jay?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Jay.
He out there killing the game, finding anybody. You find any victims this week?
Yeah, I got two great victims. No, I'm just joking. Okay. I got two good victims.
What makes them good?
Well, we are almost under contract. He's just doing a lot of thinking. Long story short, this guy, he's the executor of this of the property. He has 4 different siblings, and they're not gonna like him if he sells the home anyways. If he sells or if he doesn't sell. And I said, hey man, you got to do what's best for you. And right now you have to. I'm not gonna tell him to sell, but I told him like, what's the best thing you can like really do right now? Would you like to get something or would you like to get nothing?
Is this a pre-foreclosure?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Is somebody living in the property?
Yeah.
Where the red flag comes up right there. Who's living in the property?
The guy that has to either sell or move.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better than having Auntie Thelma living up in the house and she don't want to move and don't want to pay no rent. That can happen too. I've seen all kind of craziness. And so what's his stopping point? Does he have a place to move to?
No. I told him I can help him with relocation services if he needs help with that. So
when is his auction?
He doesn't have an auction. Not yet.
Oh, okay. So it's not. It isn't pre-foreclosure, or no, it's not.
Yes, it's a pre-foreclosure, but they haven't foreclosed on the home yet.
They haven't given a date?
No.
Oh, okay. So what made him want to talk to you?
I guess because I heard him out instead of just trying to say sell your house.
So you've been learning and listen to them, let them tell you their life story, act like you care. You should care anyway, Jay. And so you say he's doing a lot of thinking. What do you mean when you say that?
So he's telling me that if he sells his home, his brothers and his sisters will look down upon him. It's not like a 66-year-old man, but his brothers and sisters will not talk to him or they'll look down upon him. He doesn't make a lot of money. It's like $850 a month. He needs basically like a place to stay if he does sell.
But if he is the executor of the estate, so he is in charge of the estate of the parent, I guess, that passed away.
Yes.
So the parents thought he was the responsible one if they picked him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the same pitch I told him. I said, hey, man, you're the responsible one. They made sure that, they gave you the sword and the armor to make sure like you can get things done. And right now it's looking like, hey, if they don't like you or they're trying to say that they're not going to like you for selling, I think you have to start taking care of yourself instead of worrying about what other people think. So at the end of the day, it's going to be you or you and the house, or you and you lose the house and don't get anything, or you can have that you can sell your home, get something out of it, and really move on. You don't have to be
But
homeless.
what would he like to happen? That's really the main thing I like to understand. What would the seller or the person that owns this property like to happen?
He wants to stay in the home.
Okay. Other than staying in the home, what else would you like to happen?
That's it. I didn't uncover that.
So how do we fix that out? That problem? We ask him what?
What would you like to happen?
How do you walk me through this, Mr. Seller? If you had to move and you couldn't stay here anymore, how would that look to you? How would that affect you? What position would that put you in? Some kind of way to make him open up and tell you. If you had to move, where would you go? You didn't ask him anything like that, I guess.
He said yes. He said he would go to an old folks home, an old person's home.
A senior living, or what's the proper terminology for that? Is that it? Senior living?
Senior living, yeah, or like assisted living.
Assisted living. So, if he told you that, I'm just trying to figure, like, is that really the stopping point? Because it costs so much. Because they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Because it's something we haven't uncovered something with him is really kind of where I feel. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what all else you asked him, but what do you think about this, Art? Is it anything you would ask a person in this situation?
Did you ask him if he would sell it for what he owed?
He told me he would not give me any bank or financial statements.
So if he was saying that his siblings don't want him to sell, did you ask him if his siblings gonna help him come up with money to keep the property?
Yeah. I asked him if your other siblings could actually help you keep this property. Why haven't they?
What'd he say?
He said they don't have the money for it.
So if they don't got the money to help him out, and he can't afford to keep it, wouldn't it be worse if he lost the property instead of sold it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to call up that guy right now. Let's do it.
Justin has seen enough. So he like get that guy hooked. But I mean, it's some people can be complex. You really got to understand them. Before I even try to pitch him anything, I need to understand how he got to this situation, what would he like to get to, and what's the stopping point. Because if I just try to guess at it, I'm playing with a hand tied behind my back, and that's no good.
Mm-hmm. Jay, one thing I think you're doing too is you're thinking for the seller. You don't want to think for them. You want them to do all of the talking, at least 90% of it, because you're like, when what you're explaining to us, you're trying to explain to them what they need to do. And that's unfortunately not effective when it comes to trying to get a person to come to you. Hey, I'm a buyer. We help with type situations like this all the time. Let me ask you, how did you get into the situation? And get them to open up to you and explain everything to you. And you just ask questions and feed off of what they are asking, what they're saying. Hey, did you have, if plan A don't work, do you have a plan B in mind? These type of things. How long has it been since your father has passed away and left you the home? The fact that your siblings will be upset with you about selling the home wouldn't keep you from selling the home, would it?
Come on. That's called asking for the deal, making them tell you no. You can't be afraid of being told no. That's the other thing. I would prefer them to tell me, no, I don't want to do that, versus me guessing it or assuming that, no, they don't want to do that. Or no, they're completely against that. Or they might not want to do something, but may need to do something, but we're going to come to that realization through question and answer.
That's one other thing I'd throw on top of that. Justin, you brought up a lot of good points. One other thing is even if you think you know what their answer to these questions is, it's still important to ask these questions and give them a chance to tell us how they really feel about it, because that's going to amp up their pain levels, and that's going to help with the negotiations.
Yep.
Okay.
Assume nothing. Assume nothing and ask questions and truly be curious. I know nothing, but I do know to ask these good quality questions.
Yeah, you gotta listen to some of the more of those calls. Chris got them on his platform and stuff of him going through calls and everything. Listen to those. Some guys on YouTube, closers, and just listen to the conversation and stuff a lot more, and just stop trying to explain to them like, oh, you're in this situation because of this. It's not going to be effective. You know, hey, I'm here to help. If you don't want to sell, fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. How did you get into the situation? Blah 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 blah, and then they just start to open up and stuff. Well, so you're saying if I was able to help you find somewhere to go or give you some money to get somewhere to move out, you saying that you'll be ready to move forward? Yeah, I am. And then you roll into, that's when you start talking a lot more, explaining to them how you can step in and, better their situation.
Plus, did this guy tell you he wanted to sell?
Yeah, he said he wanted to sell, but he didn't want his other siblings to not like him.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Art.
So part of the thing that happens when we ask these questions, especially very specific questions that dig into their motivation, a side effect of that is we can get these sellers into an emotional state instead of being in a logical state. And when we get them in this emotional state, then they're susceptible to being closed, even if they might not have been before. So you got to ask these questions. I hate that I had to say that live, but it's the truth, though.
Hey, it's the truth, and this works in all businesses, not just in real estate, wholesaling, creative financing. This is in all business and all transactions. You really need to take the time to understand them without judgment or preconceived notions. Oh, I don't think they would do that, man. I wouldn't do that if I was you. I wouldn't be in this situation if I was you. A lot of the stuff these people do, I wouldn't. I'm like, how you get like this? I would have never got to that point, but everybody do what they do. All we can do is try to help them out from that. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do with that deal now, Jay, with that one guy?
I think I'm going to call him back up tomorrow morning, see where he's at, and just ask him a few more questions on if he's really motivated to sell. Or
right now.
Did you get him? Did you get the 4 pillars already for him? Did he have a timeline he would like to sell?
No. There you go.
Jay, what time is it out there? Go ahead, call him right now.
Call him right now?
Yeah, call him right now. Let's do it.
So, Jay, this is the reason why we do the 4 pillars. It keeps us a framework so we don't get out of order, because we're like, oh, they say they want to sell. Oh, they want 300,000, and that's all we need to know. No, we know they got a timeline. We know they got some kind of motivation, some reason they're selling, and we know they got, they telling us about the condition and they telling us a price, so we know that at least they fit in a bucket that we need to even keep talking to them further. Because they didn't give us a timeline. I mean, they really don't have a timeline, which means they may be lacking some motivation. A person that's motivated has a timeline. Hey, I got to be out of here by the end of January. Mm-hmm. The lady who just called me back the other day, she said, hey, we finally got everything ready. We're under contract now. We're ready to go. We want to sell. We want to be done in the next 3 weeks. So we put her under contract to close within the next 3 weeks. We might get it closed by January 9th or sooner. So, they called me and told me timeline. I'm ready now. But we've been talking since July. That was what? Summertime. It's winter. It's winter solstice today, ain't it? But they came back with the timeline. She told me back then she was ready, but she had to deal with her husband and all this other stuff and, family and people. Now they come back motivated. That timeline will tell you somebody's motivated. I need to be out there in 2 weeks. I'm not playing. Oh, wow. This guy I need to be spending more time with. But if you ain't really got no motivation, what are we doing?
I love it when deals that you talked to like months and months and months ago that you thought you was going to do something with, and then nothing happened. Then it popped back up one day. That's the best.
I'm good. I'm in the meet.
Well, Yes, that's it. The people who pop back up because they was motivated, and a lot of my best deals are that, because I used to try to pressure people. Hey man, come on, sell it to me. Come on, man, I can help you. I'm the one selling myself. Mm-mm. Here's a solution to your problem. You told me what you wanted. Here's a solution. It's up to you to make the decision. Do we go left or do we go right? And let them make their own decision. Let the chips fall where they may. If you're trying to convince them too hard, you're trying to push them too hard, you're trying to force them to work with you, I don't know. I mean, I guess it can work sometime, but I would say not all the time. And I've seen people say they don't like pushy sales tactics. So they'll sell to the person who connected with them as a human.
I agree with what Justin was saying earlier. I think what I try and do a lot is be in my own head. And then like I listen to your videos. I still have to watch more, but I listen to the videos. I'm like, okay, well, I've been here before. I've talked to the same guy who had the same situation like literally yesterday, but every situation is different. So I can't really predict and tell the future with this guy because I don't really know his story, which is different from knowing the last guy's story. So,
and this is why, like I said, that 4 pillars give us that framework, keeps us in order. We know that, hey, this is our thing. We got this out the way. We understand these things. Now, what's stopping you from accomplishing that thing you told me you wanted to do? And then we offer a solution. They might say, no, I don't want to do that. And guess what? 6 months later, they come back and they going to do that because you was the one who was going to solve their problem from the very beginning. From the very beginning. Many times it happens over and over and over again.
Yeah, Jay, don't even overthink it, bro. It's just going in and doing a little bit of investigating, getting some information. And once you got that information, you're ready for the next step. So just keep those same 4 pieces of information in mind. That's all you got to do. Don't let none of them they tell you get you off track.
They're going to try to shake you up. Somebody calling you, Art.
Ring.
He put this script.
Hello.
Hey, I saw you had left a voicemail for me. You said something about you want to buy my house.
Yeah, I was reaching out to see if you're interested in selling this property.
Yeah, I'm going to list it starting next year. I'm going to put it on the market in January.
In January? Are you interested in selling it as is for cash?
What do you mean as is?
I mean, well, if you go with a realtor, then they're gonna have you maybe do setting up the property somewhat. You'll have to do a bunch of showings, and then maybe a month or 2 down the line, you'll find yourself a buyer. And I'm just asking if you're interested in selling the property right now to me for an all cash offer.
Oh, no, you talking about like one of them low offers? Nah, them people, they be trying to call all the time. No, I don't want to sell it for cheap.
Oh, okay. How much are you looking to get for it?
My realtor said I can get $300,000.
300,000. And then
she said she's gonna list it for like 320, but she said it's probably gonna sell for somewhere close to 300. She's gonna list it for 320 though.
Okay, so you think it's gonna sell for 300, and then how much are you gonna have to pay a realtor when you sell it with her?
She had a percentage on the thing, but I don't remember what it was.
So it's probably gonna be, when it's all said and done, about 6% for the realtor fees. Let's see what we got. 300,000.
Yeah, she's gonna have it listed next month in January. Everything will be okay. I appreciate the call though.
Oh, okay. So, how soon are you actually looking to sell the property?
Probably early next year. That's why I was gonna wait. She said to wait till after the holidays because she said it's not good to list during the holidays. So I was gonna wait to list it in January.
Why are you looking to sell it?
It's just an extra house. We don't need it anymore. It's empty now. So we had inherited it, and we had to get my cousin out, and he was just living there for free. But he's out now, so now we can sell it.
So you inherited this property.
Yep.
And then you said you had a cousin that was living in there. What happened with him?
He ended up moving with his girlfriend. I'm glad he found a girlfriend.
Got a girlfriend. Okay. And then, so you said you want to list it as January, so maybe it'll sell around February. you're looking to get 300,000. You know you're gonna have to pay those realtor fees. Okay. And then what repairs are needed on this property?
Oh, I don't really need nothing. He didn't tear it up or nothing. I mean, you might could update some stuff, but nothing major.
So have there been any updates in the past few years?
No.
So we're probably looking at just need to do some new paint and shine the floors and maybe update the bathroom and the kitchen. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, they had 2 dogs too, so it's probably a lot of dog fur. Good cleanup probably would have need to. But it's nothing major. I mean, we're gonna have the cleaners come next year right before we list it, before we go active online, and we'll see if we can get that 300. But yeah, I mean, what would you give me for it?
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to ask you. So if we were able to come in and buy this house as is for cash, meaning you're not gonna have to do any updates on it, it's not gonna be any showings on it, it's no commissions, no realtor fees. What's the best you think you could do for me?
300,000.
Is that really the best you could do?
Yeah, because it hasn't hit the market yet. She told me that some people gonna be calling me saying some stuff about they want to buy it, but she kind of told me about were you a wholesaler?
What's a wholesaler?
She said something about wholesalers might call me or something and try to get me to end the deal with her, and I don't know, some stuff. I was like, ain't nobody calling me. I ain't even know how people get my number. You're like the 3rd person to call me. Some dude named Justin called me. Some dude named Jay and Jack called me too.
Yeah, this house has a lot of potential. All right, so what I'll do now is I'll look at some comparable home sales in the area, and then I'll contact you back in the next 24 to 48 hours with an offer.
Okay. Yeah,
Does-
but yeah, I can give you the number to my real estate agent if you want. You want her number?
Yeah, I'll send you over a text message that has all of my contact information, including my name, my business, and all of that, and then you could send that back to me at that time.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, thank you for your time.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
All right, Jay, how do you think he did on that call?
I think he did pretty good.
Why?
He hit all 4 pillars: timeline, price, motivation, and the condition.
What would you have done differently, Jay?
I think I would have dug more into like the condition of the home, and then tried to build a rapport with him to see why he's more willing to sell. He just said like your cousin's in there.
So you just would have talked more about the condition of the home.
No, I would have got more of like more of the seller's motivation to sell and the condition of the home, since he just gave like some pretty dry answers.
What you think, Justin?
I would have asked about how much they were looking to get for the property a lot earlier. That'd be the one thing I would have changed with the call.
I thought he asked it kind of early. What did he say?
300,000.
I asked him like 3 or 4 times, and yeah, I asked him early and late.
So it's like early, middle, and late. I was like,
I'm like, why are you answering this question?
Hey, sometimes they just keep on coming down for real.
yeah. Would you have done anything differently, Justin?
The intro. I know Art really probably wasn't really prepared, but the intro just could have been a little bit tighter. Just that. That would be my thing, is clean up the intro. If I had to say something.
Art is always ready.
I said, what's a wholesaler?
What's a wholesaler? Never heard of him. All right, Art. How do you think you did?
So from the aspect of it just being initial prospecting call, I was able to get timeline, condition, motivation, and price. So as far as that part of it, I think it was pretty solid. You know, that's what it's really all about for that first call. Really don't got to do much more than that as far as if you're trying to get to the offer stage. Now, what I would have done different normally is I would have at least threw out some type of anchor price on there just to see how he respond. And the other thing I would have done is ask if he would consider taking a payment on the property. But I figured, like, you know, since we kind of do these somewhat often, it's a good chance to just show somebody, like, just trying to get the 4 basic things. This is what that should look like.
And that's good too that you said that, because just getting that basic information and pass it off to a closer who can close them, especially if you're brand new. No reason to try to get into the weeds of creative finance and doing all these moving parts. Very simple framework. Ask some basic questions, and if they don't really have a motivation, or if it feels like, hey, they're asking about something I don't really want to get too deep into, pass them to a closer. Justin will close them up, right, Justin? He said, yeah. Close them up. Jack, what did you think about that? I see you had hopped in. Jack, yeah, there you go. Oh, you're
I'm in a
muted.
loud spot. I'm sorry. Hold on for a minute. 1 second.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So no, I was just listening. So I'm in a loud spot right now, so I'm gonna move so it won't be so loud. But I'm up here learning. I like the way it was done. I was sitting here and I was listening to that because I haggle when it comes to cars and stuff like that. And my first thought would have been, okay, what is this worth? About what is it worth? And I like that you wanted to know how much the homes were in that area, similar homes and stuff like that. So I kind of like that because that's what I would have been thinking too. I'm still learning, but yeah, I thought it went very well.
Yeah, because he hit the timeline,
Hmm.
condition, motivation, and the price. I mean, if somebody don't really have motivation, you can't make them sell you the house. They already got a real estate agent. They believe in their real estate agent. Now, if they're in
Hmm.
a point where they're like, hey, man, this agent ain't working out, that's a different conversation. Or I already had it listed all year and it didn't sell. I just took it off the market. That's a different conversation. But if somebody's
Hmm.
brand new, like they just about to go on the market, they believing in it, they hyped up on all the hype their real estate agent told them that, yeah, I'm going to get top dollar and it's going to sell quick. That agent don't know that. The marketplace is the only one to know that.
Hmm.
The
I
market.
like what I like is that you gave him a possible option, a legit possible option. He just got to think about it.
Right. And so, all right, in that particular situation, you would send them an offer via text, or what? What would you do with that call after that call?
I would look into it. Like I said, I would look into the neighborhood and all that kind of stuff. See what the houses, similar houses, bedroom size and all that kind of stuff. See what they're going for, and then I would think about it and I would send an offer.
Okay. And all right, what would you do at the end of that call? All right, say I'm
Yeah.
drinking.
So oftentimes I get their email, but a lot of times I'm just texting over these offers. I use the multiple offer letter on a lot of sellers. Sometimes I just text them numbers too, man. It depends on kind of how the rapport is with the seller. But long story short, I'm gonna get them an offer. For the purpose of this class, I'm gonna use the multiple offer letter, which is gonna have an offer for cash, an offer for terms, and a couple of other ones. And then I'm gonna submit that offer to them, and I'm gonna keep following up with them until they either sell it or get it listed.
Hmm.
And I'm just gonna get a bunch of those stacked up.
I want to say something.
You got Justin.
So one of the things I know Jack was saying, what is it worth? What is it worth? Right. The thing is that I find is 9 times out of 10, I won't even look up the ARV because I think I'm very good at finding the motivation. And once I'm in that vein, everything else kind of opens up. So if they got it, on the marketplace, they've taken it off the marketplace for 200,000. Obviously, they're not gonna be able to get 200,000 for it in the marketplace. So you have that information that's in front of you and stuff, and then they're looking. I'm trying to figure out what problem are they trying to solve, and sometimes it might not be attached to a large amount of money. Really, it might be attached to, hey, I just want to get a down payment for my next house so I can move me and my kids into it. We got the FHA loan. They say we have to sell this house in order to move into that next one. Okay, about how much you think they need for you for a down payment? They looking for about 30% based on our credit score. Okay, well 30%, and you have the house on the market for 200,000, and nothing has happened with it. What's 30% of 200,000, Chris? You know this. 30% of 2.
60K.
So boom, 60,000. So you're saying if we able to get you to 60,000 for the down payment, you ready to move forward? Yes, I am. boom, problem solved. You able to, you know, provide a solution for them. They be out the house within 30 days, and you know you can get the house off. Just assuming, or you know, put them under a contract and figure everything out later. But if I got them under contract for 60, they was marketing it at 200. It should be enough room in there for me to make something. So it could be a situation like that. And I've had multiple conversations with people like that.
Yep, that's the most important one. I don't even care what the house is worth. It's worth whatever we come up to. That's why that bandit sign right there say sell your house for full price. What's full price? We made it up. I don't. The price is just one factor of it, but it's not the factor that decides everything. So when we talk about timeline, condition, motivation, and price, we dig deeper into motivation. What the worth and the value of the property is not the thing that's going to necessarily move them. Because say if we did go down that rabbit hole, now we're trying to convince them that your house is only worth this. I see right here it's worth that, and you trying to sell it for that. I'm not trying to convince you of any of that. Not right now. I might later, but I'm not going to even try to convince you that you're wrong. I want to make you feel that you're right, and I want to help you be right by helping you at night or in day. It don't matter. We're going to get that pay. So, Jay, what else you got else to say?
I think overall that was pretty good. That question of what's a wholesaler still stumping me up. Like it was pretty funny.
Hey, I don't know. It was a wholesaler, but the so a thing I would have did differently on there is basically what happens if you don't sell it. You know, I really want to know. You know, you said you wanted to sell it, and I did kind of dodge the question on purpose too. When you were like, "Oh, well, what's happening? Why are you selling?" Oh, yeah, my cousin was living there, and cheeseburgers and grits and all this other stuff. Nobody cares. I mean, we care, but the story itself doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing right here. They already gone. They moved out. Okay, so now that they're out, why don't you just keep the house? Why don't you just rent it out? I mean, what happens if you don't sell it? I mean, because some people say it's better to keep the house and the family. You know, so you inherited it, it's the family house. Why don't you just keep it? No, I can't afford it. Oh, I can't afford it. So you making a payment on it now. You see how we uncovered some motivation just by asking a question? You found out a little more than you was even expecting to find out. So always be curious, always ask good questions. Any other thoughts about that call?
I would probably rent it. You know, I would probably just, unless there's somebody in the family to rent it, I would just kind of look outside the family to somebody I can trust that actually got it, that can pay the, pay the money, and I would go that route for a while.
I got a trick question for Justin.
Let's do it.
Would you rent to family?
No. Rent to own if they come with that down.
Why you say no so quick? You didn't even think about it.
Chris say my real estate is expensive.
I'm a high price. I ain't no $2 hoop. I'm a expensive hoop.
If you come with some heavy English on that Danish, we might be able to work something out as far as rent to own, but we're not doing rent to. Absolutely not. I don't want to have to be on record evicting my family member. Absolutely.
That would be bad. Homes versus homes at the courthouse. Like, what the hell?
Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah. But Jack, what make you say you're a rent? Rent what? I can't hear you.
I'm talking about the owner. At that moment, I was talking about the owner. Shit, that's his option. That's a option. He got to rent that house. You know.
How would that benefit us?
No, I'm just saying in general. But you're right. No, it would not benefit us at all. So what was discussed sounds good. You know, getting the information, coming up with a number that works for us. You know, and try and buy the house.
Another thing too, Jack, is a lot of people not looking to be landlords because being a landlord is a job, you know, and people don't want any more jobs than they already have. That's why we have people who literally give us their property for what they owe on it. They will literally hand over their property because they no longer want to maintain the responsibility of the property, you know. I have a lady in Illinois. She's calling, following up. Hey, Justin, you gonna take this property, right? Justin, you coming to get it, right? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get it. I'm like, the title company, they handle all that, No comment.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been a landlord, so I understand how it is, and I had to remove family, so I know what it's like. I don't want to do it again, ever.
Disgruntled landlord.
That's
And
why we
Justin, I mean, before you got into this business, I mean, did you ever believe that people literally would give you their house?
Nah.
You never would have believed if I told you, hey man, they giving away houses. You'd be like, man, you gotta go get a credit and go do this stuff, do this application.
It took me 5 years of knowing Chris, sitting down, lunches, dinners, all kind of. Yeah, Justin, you want to get paid to take a house? Nah, man, I don't know what that means. How can you be paid to take a house? It don't make sense. And then, here we are.
It don't feel right. Like, matter of fact, that house that I'm getting over here in Florissant, I got to give her $3,500, but I'm getting a $200,000 house for $3,500, move-in ready. Come on, man.
I'll take all of those, man.
And I'm gonna ask Jay this question. I'm gonna see if he know the answer this time. Jay, how many houses could you buy for $3,500?
As many as possible.
Come on, Jay. You've been studying. As many as they let you get, especially when they, nice, beautiful houses. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, full finished basement, 2-car garage. I said, dang, let's go see what's cracking.
Shout out to pretty houses.
I originally offered her $2,000, but she was like, oh, the moving costs a little bit more. Can you do $3,500? I'm like, I guess that's reasonable. I ain't really want to, but so I'm gonna end up taking that house down for $3,500 to her plus closing costs, so maybe $4,500 out of pocket. It's kind of a slam dunk. I hope she leave her nice furniture up in there. So I'm like, please leave it. I'm gonna know tomorrow when I go see her. But I'm gonna say, you can leave all this stuff here, man. Just leave it all here. I can reduce your moving expense.
I should be getting the key to my next one that I got under contract like tomorrow or Tuesday for the sub 2 deal. That's a pretty one, man. It's so nice. It's better getting just straight pretty houses too. Like,
yeah, I'm not a fan of those raggedy junker houses, what they call them. I'm not really a big fan. I mean, they come up and you can make money with it, nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, it's so much work and so little payoff. You can make more money and less stress on a pretty, beautiful move-in ready home that somebody don't want no more. And it's really shocking to me to see how many literally go back to the bank. I see them. I see them on a pre-foreclosure list. I see them go to auction. I see them come back up as a REO, real estate owned, bank owned property. I'm like, man, I remember that house. That house was beautiful. And they let that go to the bank. Sign that bad boy over to me. The bank don't want it.
So we coming up on the end of the year, and we got a challenge that's out there for 2026.
Okay, what's the challenge?
The challenge is, and it's between me and Art, but I think it'd be a good challenge for everybody, right? Here's where we at. Who can get the most amount of homes next year for loan balance only?
Loan balance. Do this one count?
The 2026.
I'm closing in 2026. I'm supposed to close January 9th. Do this count?
Nah, that don't count.
Nah, and Art trying to push his closing date to next year. Close everything this year.
I'm cool with it counting because you get the first one on the board. We should get a board going. The first one, the one at December 31st of next year, who can get the most loan balance only homes?
I think that has to start on January 1st because that don't count. Because that's going from 2025 to 2026.
I got 2 under contract right now, so I think both of them gonna close next year. Because people get lazy around Christmas and the holidays, so I'm not expecting anything to close this year. But I'm sure they're gonna be like, "Oh, we need an extension." I already know it.
Justin, you in for trouble, man.
Mm-hmm.
You in for trouble, man. I'm about to do this while I work like 2,000 hours at the mill too. Watch. I'm about to upgrade my machine that's helping me though.
All I know is loan balance. I come out the gate asking about loan balance.
They don't owe nothing, though, Justin. What you gonna do then? They don't owe nothing, free and clear.
That wouldn't stop you from giving it over to me, would it?
Nah, man, I gotta get something. I got money in this house. Oh no, wait a minute. Somebody calling you, Justin, because you playing. Justin is playing over here. He finna get some work. I'm finna give you the hardest call you ever had.
Hello?
Justin,
Yes.
you left me a voicemail trying to buy my house.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, so I seen your house come up on the foreclosure list. Wanted to see if you had a chance to speak to the bank or what did you have planned?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have the bank take care of it. Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't know about it.
Well, it's on public record. They have to publish it, unfortunately. Let me ask you, how did you get into this situation?
I had, well, I don't know. I'll put it like this: one of my girlfriends was living in it, and she didn't pay the bill.
Gotcha. Well, that happened to the best of us. So
I
what's your
got her
plan?
up out of there though.
Yeah. So what's your plans? What you got planned on? What you want to do with the property?
Oh, I'm just glad to get her out of there. I'm probably gonna go in there and clean it up and fix it up and stuff. See what I can get for it.
Yeah, what you were looking to get for it?
300,000.
Okay. How did you come up with that number?
It's my favorite number.
Okay. My favorite number as well. So, how much work you think you're gonna have to put into the property?
It's not gonna take a lot because Jay, he does a lot of work and he's got a crew. He got like a bunch of guys that work with him. They go out with their little truck, they pick up trucks, they come out and do work, and he's gonna be coming through and doing some work on it. He's gonna give me some good rates on getting some stuff done. So I'm not sure what the quote is right now, but he's supposed to come look at it after the holidays.
If you had to put a number on it, how much would you say? How much money you about to put into this property?
Oh, probably not that much.
What's that much?
Not a lot.
What's a lot?
Probably less than 20,000.
Okay. So you're saying they need less than 20 grand in work,
Yeah, for sure.
and you have the 20 grand to put into the property?
Yeah, I can put it on my credit card.
Yeah. What would it be worth to you if we were able to, discuss something with you not having to put up the 20 and us getting this thing done and taking off your hands within the next 30 days?
You give me 300,000 for it, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna sell it to you.
Gotcha. So 300,000, you ready to go?
For sure.
So have you looked into other homes in your area to see what are those homes going for?
No, I don't really mess with that. I mean, well, I see my neighbor, he sold his house for like 3-something last year or like earlier this year. I mean, that was like in the springtime. But so,
Yeah.
I mean, this one probably worth more than that. I might be selling it too cheap, to be honest with you.
So let's say you put the 20 grand into it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say it takes you 6 months to do it. What if you're not able to sell the home for the 300,000 that you're looking to get?
Well, I'm pretty sure it'll sell.
Gotcha.
I mean, they don't need anything major. I mean, like I said, just like little cosmetic stuff, nothing major.
Have you talked to an agent about this?
I talked to 3 agents and they all been trying to list my property. And I'm like, man, I don't know which one I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I get you. What have you wanted to sell? Besides, yeah,
It's just extra property. We don't really need it.
gotcha. Okay. What if I was able to get you the number that you were looking for, but we had to get a little creative to get you there? Would that be something you'd be open to doing?
I don't know. What do you mean creative? You'll fix it up for me?
Well, what we've done in the past is we've stepped in and agreed on that particular number that you're looking for. Let's say with Miss Mary, right? And Miss Mary has been picking up a check every single month in the mailbox money until we able to, finalize that payment with her. So she's able to get what she needs as far as the total of the home. And then every single month she's receiving a check. Does that sound like something you'll be open to doing?
I'm not really sure about that. I have to see how that works. I mean, that sounds kind of like a lot of moving parts. I mean, you did say it was creative.
Yes, sir.
But I think it's probably easier just for me to, have Jay fix it up. I mean, he got his crews ready. They supposed to start on the 2nd of January. They coming out swinging and bucking and swinging.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, definitely appreciate the opportunity and everything. Let me know if anything changed. What's a good email for me to send over some information? I get an offer together for you, send that over, and then see what you think about it. How does that sound?
You got an email? You can't tell me what it is now?
I just send you two different options in writing. I like for things to be in writing. A cash offer, what we'll be willing to, actually get your house for, and then a creative offer, get you a little bit closer to that overall retail number that you're looking to get.
All right, you can email me at chris@futurecashflowclub.com.
Excellent. I appreciate you, Chris. I'll be sending over that offer. Would be a good time to follow up with you
after the new year, because like I said, Jay coming on the 2nd with his crew. They already ready.
Okay, I'll give you a call January 1st. Don't worry.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Appreciate you, Chris. Talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. All right, tell them the truth.
I think it was a pretty good call. Yeah, I would have talked about the cash a little bit more before I started talking about terms, just to try to see if I can get him down on the price since you decided to go down that road. That was a pretty good call, though. That was a really good call. That was definitely more advanced call. That was good, man. I like that you say he's going to follow up with a formal offer, too, even after all of that. So that establishes follow-up, and then from there, you just keep on following up with him.
Okay.
Third-party story was on fire, too.
Third-party story. That's right. Jaden, what do you think?
I think that was pretty good as well. I think the house was a foreclosed home, a pre-foreclosure. That's what you guys said at first. I would have dug more into like when the auction is, how much, like what is the bank talking about, what's kind of going on with that. But I thought it was pretty good framework.
Yeah, because we didn't even get back into anything about that auction, huh? Jack, what'd you think?
I'm still learning, but I liked every part of it. I liked the questions. It wasn't. I mean, it was very good. It was a little broad. So there was more than one option, more than one way. Let's just do it this way. And so I liked the way it was done. So I want to keep listening to things like that. I can learn a lot.
Yeah, because it was a kind of higher level call, not necessarily high level, but it can't sound like it to a person listening to it. I mean, with newer ears, it's like, what is he talking about? Getting creative and all of this other stuff.
But I appreciate it. Because you have to come out the box a little bit. And I'm very new to this, and some others are too. But you have to, there's options more than you're stuck with this one way of thinking or this option. So I like that when you do it, it kind of broadens the scope a little bit.
Right.
Hey, Jack, one thing I would say to that is if you're saying that you're like new to this part of real estate, it would be good to start practicing the fundamentals of it, which would be just qualifying them and getting the pillars and then sending them your offers and following up. It's going to take time to learn how to negotiate terms, deals, and the stuff Justin was getting into on that call. That's like a deeper level of learning. Of course, you're going to get there. I don't know where you are right now with it, but if you can focus on just qualifying, getting the 4 pillars and sending a bunch of offers, that's going to be a great way to get momentum building up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cash, terms last. That's the reason why we do it, because we got to see where they really take as a cash deal. What'd you think about that call, Justin? How do you think you did overall?
Obviously a tough seller and everything. One thing that I pride myself on is most people don't send things over in writing and stuff. So I really pride myself on at least sending at least one offer a day. I want to send out one offer a day because those compound. Of course, you have to follow up with those, but at least I'm sending something over in writing to people every single day. And that's very important to me. Even if I'm not able to get the sale, at least I'm able to get at least one offer a day. That becomes 5 offers a week, and then so on and so forth. So that's my goal and everything. Make contact, Obviously, this sounds like a person who's more in a, even though the foreclosure was talked about, they wasn't in a really desperate situation. It doesn't sound like so, or at least the motivation wasn't revealed on this particular call. As far as how did they get into the situation and stuff. So
Yeah,
I could have held you on the phone, but I feel like it was only so much you was willing to give me on this first call.
for sure. You don't have to close everybody on the first call, for sure. I did want to say that, yeah, I think it was a good call overall, but we do need to understand, their mindset as far as the auction is concerned, because we really didn't dig into that. Like you did say, yeah, how'd you get in this situation? But what are you doing about that auction that's coming up? I know you said they coming on the 2nd, and I sent you down a rabbit hole about some other stuff that didn't have nothing to do with that auction. I threw you off a little bit. We have to keep on it. Like, hey, you dodged my question. But yeah, I know, but it is an auction coming up here in a few weeks. I mean, what are you gonna do about that? Because how we gonna be talking about, oh, we finna fix it up, we finna do this, Jay is coming, whole bunch of stuff, but we dodged out of the reality of the gun is up to their head right now saying you need to make a move. You need to either make a move on selling, stopping the auction, and I think the third party story was really good. But I would have also told a third party story on somebody wasting time playing around and end up losing their house. Ooh. Ooh, that's that third party story the other way. See, we call that what? Turning the knife. Sometimes you got to give them a third party story on something negative. We can give a positive third party story. Oh, yeah, we helped their roses and bushes and everybody happy at the end of rainbows. But we can also give a third party story. Man, I talked to this guy, Jack, last week. He kept dragging his feet. He kept playing around. He ended up taking his house. We wouldn't want that to happen to you, would we? So always remember that third party story can go more than one way. Any other thoughts about that call?
Like I said, I liked it. Yeah, I like it. Of course, I want to hear some more because you learn a lot.
Guess what, Jack? You about to learn right now because somebody calling you. He said, I don't know what to say. Uh-oh, he got to get his notepad out.
Hello?
Hey, is this Jack?
Yes, it is.
I got a message saying something about calling you back about my house. You're trying to buy it, something like that.
Yes, I'm interested in it.
Yeah, I was just calling you back so I can see what you would give me for it.
Well, what are you asking?
We actually haven't asked anything yet, but what I'm doing, I got Justin, I got Art, and I got Jay. They all supposed to be getting me some offers. So I said I'm gonna get a couple more before I make a decision. So I was just calling you back now to see what you can do.
Well, here's what I want to do because I just kind of glanced at it really. So I want to take a little time. If you don't have an idea yet, I'm gonna take a little time and then I'm gonna come back with an offer.
Okay. I mean, did you want to come out and see it or what?
Yeah, let's set up a time.
Okay, come on. I'm out here all day tomorrow. Can you come by tomorrow in the morning?
Yeah, that'd be good. Let's try about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, good. Thank you for calling me.
Jack.
I did something wrong.
Jay, what did Jack do?
He set the appointment but forgot the whole framework. He didn't really ask any questions in regards to the home or besides just price, but he didn't really give him a price.
Mm.
So let's bring it back. Jack, let's say that was a seller and you went out to the property tomorrow morning. What do you think is gonna happen?
He's gonna show me the house. He's gonna come up with some price.
Okay. I want 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
And the house looks great. Now what?
I'm gonna try and bring him down.
So you're gonna wait to get belly to belly with the seller and try to get him down on price.
See, that's the thing. I've done that all my life, so that's a normal thing for me. Now I'm not sure about that in real estate, but I'm used to hacking them. If I don't do anything, I will hack them.
Why is
So
that seller selling?
right, I don't know. I should have asked. That's very good. I should have asked. Why are you selling it?
Why? That is 100% a question that should have been asked. We're not running
Mm-hmm.
out to somebody's house. We don't understand them. Not saying it's a bad thing overall, but at a bare minimum, I need the 4 pillars before I even think about running out to somebody's house.
Yeah, yeah. And I should have. What I should have did was ask all of that on the phone.
Every time. We're not setting an
Yes.
appointment. I don't even know. You might be a killer. I don't know who I'm talking to. I ain't
It's
running out
very.
to nobody's house. I don't even know if you're serious about selling. You might not even be the owner. You look it up and be like, it's a some lady name on it. Like, I'm talking to some dude. Who the hell is this dude? He's some
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend that don't even own the house. Jay know
Mm-hmm.
about that. He did that already. He talking to somebody
Mm-hmm.
don't even own the house. You look on there and say Mary J own it. And you talking to some dude named Chris. Who's Chris? How you getting involved in this? You ain't even own the house.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that happens with that, but it can happen with that.
True.
Somebody wrote in the chat here. Okay, so you don't have a price yet. Can you tell me a little bit about the house? And just leave it open and let them go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a problem that they don't have a price, but we don't want to just go in. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go come on out and basically run out to the house. And he lived 48 minutes from you. You wasted your time, energy, effort, gas, and everything to run out to a house to find out this dude had no motivation. He want way too much, and he really don't need to sell.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah,
So
man.
you are familiar with the 4 pillars, correct?
I'm learning them.
Timeline, condition, motivation, price, right?
Yeah, I should have wrote it down, but I'm not in the place where I can write it down.
Write it down in your brain. Timeline,
Yeah.
how soon you want to sell. Condition, general condition of the property.
Yes.
Motivation, why you're selling.
Yes. Especially why are you selling it?
Why are you selling it?
Yes, definitely.
And the price.
The price, the
is
motivation.
not the everything. The price is just the number. It's made up like everything else. But the motivation ain't made up. That's a situation. You talking to 3 other people about getting you offers, and you call me. Why you didn't just what's the hold up with them guys? I wouldn't ask them that, but something ain't adding up here. The math ain't mathing.
Yes.
But motivation, condition, timeline, price. Basic information we want to get before we spend too much time with anybody, because we might be wasting time. What you think about that, Art?
Yep. So I just want to start with saying this is exactly why I did the call the way I did it earlier. Normally, I'll try to take it farther than that, but I really did want to show what it looked like if you're just trying to get the same 4 pieces of information. That stuff is very important, no matter how these sellers try to be. We don't want to go to the property before we get the information. I don't recommend you going to the property until you're under contract, personally, as I've learned. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna basically end up being a huge waste of time, is what there's gonna be oftentimes, because you're gonna get there and y'all not gonna even be close on price. A lot of things. That's why this is what I used to do. I don't recommend you go down that road. Congrats on showing up to class, because you just said all your life you've been belly to belly trying to negotiate these deals, and hopefully you're going to learn right now that the most efficient way to go about this is to get these under contract before you go, and this is the place to learn how to do that. So shout out to you for showing up. And the last thing is, I remember last week you were saying you didn't have a notebook and pen, and I just heard you say you don't got nothing to write with. So I highly recommend you get something to write with as soon as possible, so that way you can take the things you're learning from this training and go use it for real.
Amen. And first of all, I apologize. I was out. I had gotten very sick this morning. And when I left my office, very almost hospital sick. And so I had to go out. I haven't gotten back to my office yet. I just wanted to just stop at a place where I can listen. But I'll be ready next week.
That's right, Jack. Yep. Good try and everything. There's nothing wrong with going through these motions now. Jay, did you want to add anything to any of that about that call?
Yeah. I think it's good that he set the appointment, but he still could have worked more into why. Not really like why set the appointment, but the belly to belly. I feel like nowadays more it's like, you'd rather just get it over with on the phone. Find out, like, if you can actually work with this over the phone, then use like your precious time to go there in person. I mean, because been there, done that, and I'm not gonna do it again if it's not really gonna be beneficial for both me and the person.
That's right. And like I said, it's not a problem with making an appointment to go to the deal. It's just more so qualifying or disqualifying a person before doing any of that. I need to know, do I even need to be dealing with you? Are you a prospect or a suspect? That's the question. We don't know. We just, you want to sell them? Run out there and see what you're talking about. No. Is this person somebody that really has a problem we need to solve? Or is it just somebody kicking tires? He already told you there's other people he's talking to. He's talking to Art. He's talking to Jay. He's talking to Justin. You running on out here, and now he's going to end up selling to Justin. Justin never left his house. He'd be like, yeah, you ran out there. I ain't even going to see that dude. I got that under contract and sold and everything. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. Get the framework together. Timeline, condition, motivation, price.
I feel like, Jack, that's one of those things where, it's kind of old school. Everybody think that just because you get in front of a person, that is going to go different or a better way. And that's not always the case. A lot of these people we get on the contract and stuff, we just talk to them on the phone. Never see them. You can do it out of town. But as long as you know how to have a conversation about the real estate and about solving their problems, that's the main thing. And all it is a conversation. That's a really big one and stuff. It's really that simple. Having a conversation, seeing what their problems are, seeing what has them motivated and stuff, and just keeping it real simple like that. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. I wouldn't rush to go and meet all these people because there's a lot of people who just, they'll just waste your time and stuff. Even when I'm attracting tenant buyers, they're like, oh, I need to see the house. I'm like, I prefer to talk the business first. That way we don't waste your time.
Because they will waste your time, huh?
They gonna waste their own time.
They're gonna go. They be like, "I'm gonna meet you at the house. I want to meet you." You gonna go meet him? I got $500 to put down. No, you don't. Not on none of my houses. 500.
I got tons of inboxes of people talking about their children. What do their children have to do with them moving into a house?
I be getting those too, bro. This one lady messages me like, "Can I tell you my story?" I'm like, "Oh,
yeah." At $25 a minute. Hell yeah, you can tell me all the stories you want. Let me send you this bill first. You got to prepay for these minutes, though. Hey, that's a whole new business model, Art.
She only had $1,500 down, and then she wanted to tell me the story. I'm like, man.
Well,
make a video.
She trying to close you. She trying to see if she can appeal to your emotions and say, "Oh, I feel sorry for her. I'm gonna let her give me $1,500 down on this $500,000 house and put her in there, and it'll be a nice home for her and her kids."
I had a woman call me one time. She's like, "Yeah, that 3-bedroom, 2-bath that you got over there at Hazelwood, that'll be perfect for me and my kids." I'm like, "And that mansion out of California be perfect for me and my family."
Come on, the mansion. It's people, man. They all gonna do what they gonna do and say what they gonna say. So I just try to understand them. What do you want to happen? What's stopping you from getting you there? And it's the same framework, no matter what.
Something else I had noticed, and this is just my observation in the marketplace. This is general. In St. Louis, I don't know about everywhere else. There is a huge demand for 3+ bedrooms underneath $1,000 a month. Anytime I posted a property that's like that, the amount of inquiries that's coming through is like insane.
Yeah.
Affordable housing is definitely a major issue across the country.
That's it. Affordable housing. If you can get a 3-bedroom for under $1,000, you did good.
About anywhere now.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I got that house I got in Afton, that 4-bedroom, that payment is $756. I want to refinance it. It's $100,000 in equity, but I'm like, shoot, do I want to get a higher payment than that? That's a nice low payment. If you refinance, pull money out, my payment gonna go up.
Couple properties I got in Gary is at about 1,500, and it's really the rent rate is on one of them is a little bit higher than that.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Chris, what do you think about when people don't do their paperwork right on the properties and stuff we inherit, quote unquote, and let's say the lien is not in place on a property? Would you ever consider pulling equity out the house on that loan that's not attached, or even just going bad on a, you know what I mean?
So you saying a house has a loan on it?
Let's say somebody lent on the property, but they didn't put a lien on the property.
That's their fault. They messed up.
That's free and clear on paper, right?
Free and clear, baby. Hurry up. Skid marks to the closing table. For real. Skid marks, like quick.
That's some Jay Morrison stuff. I'm sorry. That's some crazy stuff to do. You can't be out here getting people like that. These people are trusting us with their funds and their life savings.
It was something I was looking at that I saw I came across the table like that. I'm like, interesting.
So you saying you came across a lead that has a person that owns the property. They said they had a loan. You looked it up. There's nothing attached to their property, but they got some kind of, basically it's like a private loan without being attached property.
Right.
I
wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, but I'm like, I wonder, could I get a second?
It ain't even gonna be a second if it's no first recorded. It'll be a first.
Pull out 20 grand out of it.
So I got a question for Jaden. How do you know if a lien is first or second?
So the first would usually be like the bank, and then the second would usually be like some other like company or person.
What determines who's first or second on a lien?
The position.
But how do we determine it? How do we know? We know.
I don't know.
Whoever recorded first. Whoever recorded first is first. Whoever recorded second is second. So it's all about the recording date. And that's why when banks get a new loan, or you get a new loan from a bank, they want to be in first position. They don't want to be a junior lien on a property. They want to be in first. So you got to pay off all those debts, all those sewer liens, and whatever else coming on with that property. They want to pay all that junk off to be in first position. They don't want to be recorded in the second position with some other lien that came before it. That's why they extinguish all liens when they sell it. Does that make sense?
What about a second mortgage?
I'm sorry?
What about a second mortgage?
They record a second.
Right. But banks do lend in second position sometime, right?
Sure. Some banks land in third position.
Oh, there's a third position? I didn't know it was a third position.
There is a third position. It'd be on higher dollar properties, like $1.5 million properties might have a $500,000 first, a $200,000 second, and a small $50,000 third. Because it's usually big numbers when they have that. You don't see it that often, but I have seen it before on higher dollar properties.
What happens whenever you can't, like whenever that property sells and then they don't get to that third position?
What you mean?
So like, what if like that property sells until like the second position? What happens to the third person?
When it sells, you have to sell it with all the debt off of it. The transaction pays everybody.
If there's money left after the first and second is paid off, then the third to get it. But if it ain't enough to get to them, then they SOL, and that's why a lot of people don't want to be in those positions.
It's high risk. Junior liens can be extinguished. So coming back to what we do with these pre-foreclosures, let's say you come across a foreclosure, they want $300,000, but they got a first loan on there of say $200,000, and they got a second loan on there of $100,000. If that first foreclosed, that $100,000 getting wiped out. Junior liens may get wiped out and may not get anything, depending on what it sells for at auction and all this other stuff. But a junior lien is high risk because you don't have senior precedence on a particular deal. That's why, like I said, banks want to be in first position. They'll do a second if they got the first and the second, but they don't really want to be just in straight second, although there are some to do that. You got to have some equity to want to do all that. Few positions on liens or have to pay and roll up the fees. Yeah. So that comes back to when we doing what we talked about at the beginning, the short sale. We can take over the first and short sell the second. Because the first and second don't talk to each other most times, especially if it's two different banks. That's a slam dunk deal for you. You got a first lien with Rocket Mortgage, and you got a second lien with Guild Mortgage or some other Penny Mac, one of them. Who cares? You got a first and a second. If the first is foreclosing, you can show the second, hey, this house going to foreclosure. We see they owe you $80,000. Would you take $40,000 as payoff in full, or $20,000 as payoff in full? And they might take it because the first is going to wipe them out anyway. They might not get anything, especially if the property needs work and all the other things that come along with real estate. Not to get too deep in the weeds, but it definitely can happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. So then you're telling me, so a bank, they can be in first position, but sometimes they can be in second or third depending on the property and what kind of happens.
It's usually just the first, sometimes a second, and very rarely a third.
Okay.
I tried to summarize that.
What do you think about consolidation?
What do you mean?
Consolidation loans and stuff. There's a whole industry for people buying all the loans you have and putting it under one interest rate and paying off all of the lenders.
My boy Dave Ramsey calls them a consolidation loan, just like contractors. It started with con. I don't like it. Consolidation. So here's the problem with that. Let's just say you have a property. You got a bunch of equity. Let's just say you even got it free and clear. I'm going to go get a debt consolidation loan to pay off credit card debt, which is unsecured, and attach it to my real property that is secured, that I could actually lose my house if I don't pay it. If that credit card debt go bad, it just hurt my credit score. But if I go bad on this house, I lose the house. That's not good. That unsecured debt is not the same as secured debt.
It's best keeping all your properties separate from each other in these separate trusts anyway, so that way if whatever happens on one, it ain't getting affected by the other. You don't want one thing to wipe the whole thing out and you got to start all over again.
Yep, you have to do the Control-Alt-Delete. So debt consolidation loans. People do them. I mean, I don't know. I think it's better just to go make more money. Every time I look at different stuff like that, it's like, oh, you can go get a quick loan. People send me stuff all the time. We can get you 50,000. We can get you 100,000. We can do this because I got my business over there, so they always marketing us to take a loan, take a loan, take a loan. I'm like, man, why? Do more sales, increase your sales volume, do some other things to increase your revenue. You can do a loan. I just would not recommend it because it's not always the best thing unless you got a real good solid plan and you know it's going to work. And it's really something that's going toward the business, not to just go on a vacation, to go shopping for Christmas. There's no people taking loans for Christmas shopping, right?
Yep.
Right now, with 4 days till Christmas, they out here taking a loan tonight. Why are you thinking about it? I'm going to take a loan right now. Let me go apply. All right, let's see here. Questions. Let's see here. Or have an LLC on a property with a lien on it under a trust or camouflage LLC. Have an LLC on a property with a lien on it under a trust. If they did it, they did it wrong. If somebody would record something like that, they want to attach it to whatever is recorded on public record as the owner of the property. But let's get into the weeds of liens, encumbrances, bad things with real estate. Any other questions?
We should do a call on stuff just on that solely. I know we do different types of buyers, different types of sellers and stuff. Different types of deals that you shouldn't take. Like one of the biggest pieces of advice that you have given me, Chris, in this thing has been like, don't trade positions with people. You know, if a person has a hard money loan and stuff, there's tons and tons of those deals out there, like just sitting, you know. And if you didn't tell me that, I would have literally like, oh, I can do it, and because that's just I'm going to figure it out because I see where they messed up at, and I can see myself inheriting people's problems. Uh, you know, when they especially have toxic debt, you know, don't take over toxic debt. You know, principal payments only with every 6 months renewals, and renewals be 5-6 grand. You know, that's ridiculous stuff.
Hard money is easy to get. They call it hard money, but it's the easiest money you can get. They don't even run your credit. Some of them don't even have an application. So they all looking at just the property. The property makes sense, they'll land on it. Yeah, toxic debt, stay away from it. Also, stay away from trading places with the seller. You see, they got a balloon payment. Was that a guy? Did you talk to that guy that was in Illinois, or that was somebody else? Maybe that was somebody else. That was
it was a woman.
No, it was a dude. It had a house that he needed to get out of by January, but he upside down because he paid too much for it. He like $87,000 deep per house on houses in Cahokia, Illinois, and I'm like, ain't no house over there worth $80,000 that I could think of. I ain't ever seen that. Every house I did over there was $25,000, $20,000 cheap. I'm like, you paid $80 for it? You upside down. He got a loan that's going to be ballooning here early next month, by the way. So I don't know what he's going to do. He was a motivated seller, but I'm like, I can't do nothing. I can't trade places with him because your loan is not long enough. Your maturity date of your loan is too soon. I don't want that. I want to be way out. My ideal deal for real estate is little to nothing down, low monthly payments for as long as humanly possible. That's what I'm looking for. Little to nothing down, low monthly payments for as long as possible. That's a slam dunk deal to me because it's going to make money regardless over that length of time because you got such a low payment. I've had houses with payments as low as $300 a month, $325 a month. I'm like, damn, why'd I sell that house? That could be my worst case scenario house. If things get bad, I can always go move in there. Yeah. It's affordable living. When you already said affordable housing is hard to find, right? And
nationwide
with payments like that, $300 a month, $340 a month. I've had 3 houses like that. Matter of fact, since I've been doing real estate, now that I think about it, under $400 a month monthly payments, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. That's crazy work. Any other questions? All right, we're going to go to Mr. Jack. Question for you. What have you learned today?
I'm learning a lot about the process, different loans, what to watch out for, and how not to waste time.
And you did that without no notes. You getting good at this. I see you, Jack.
I'm trying.
What about Karen? Unless she's at work. I know she's back there listening. Karen, are you there? She at work. Okay, never mind that.
In the middle of something.
Tell them you need the day off on a Sunday.
So true.
Just walk out of there, I told you. Not happening.
Yeah, it's coming close.
All right, Art, what did you learn today?
What I relearned today was a couple questions I can ask a little more often for sure is what happens if they don't sell it and why don't they just keep the house? And I can use those to help reveal motivation. So yeah, I definitely need to get those in my arsenal more often.
100%. What about Justin Holmes buying up all the homes?
What I learned today is there is a third position, which I wasn't aware that there was a third position. Probably because I haven't been exposed to that level of real estate yet to see something like that. In insurance, I never saw a third position lien holders. That's pretty much that. You know what I'm saying? Got a little practice in today and stuff. Calls always bringing value. We're making it happen.
What you said. Come on with it. That you can have 3 positions and maybe even further than that. If you're talking about just pure liens, you can have HOA liens, you can have mechanics liens. There's a whole bunch of liens you can have on a bottom end of a property. But the first gets paid off first, and if there's money left, they might get something. But sometimes they're not getting nothing. They're getting wiped out. They may get zero. So it's better for them to negotiate. Like I say, when you come across one with the first and second, especially if it's 2 different banks, we're going to take over the first as normal and short sell the second. That's where we're going to get our equity at. Short sell the second is get them to agree to take less than what they owe, especially once you can say, look, it's in foreclosure. You're about to lose the whole thing. They're like, what? But they owe us money. We're going to take that short sale route. Especially if it's a private lender or somebody else. It ain't a big bank. That's even better because there are private lenders that do second lien positions as well. It's high risk. That's why they charge high interest. What you got, Art?
I was just gonna say the times that I've seen multiple liens like that is like I see like a city. It's a city near me named Maryville. For whatever reason, a lot of houses in Maryville have a lot of liens from sanitary charges, and it'd be like separate charge. So it's a whole bunch. I haven't seen like 5 or 6 liens like that before.
Yeah, and it's like that here in St. Louis, MSD, Missouri Sewer District. Somebody said, I think you have to pay them off because they got a higher precedence of some sort. Let me double check. I think that's what I saw, something like this before when I looked it up. Missouri Sewer District lien. I was like, what? Just for having a sewer lien? They hold a super priority position. I thought that's what it was called. I didn't want to make that up. They have a higher rank than most liens. Super priority position, according to the state of Missouri. That's just in Missouri now, because there's so many people not paying their sewer lien. In Missouri, sewer district liens for unpaid charges hold a super priority position, ranking just below state and county property taxes, meaning they generally survive tax sales and other junior liens, allowing districts like MSD to collect despite property transfers. While recent court rulings in St. Louis City try to clear these liens for redevelopment under specific laws, the general rule is that the sewer liens are powerful claims attached to the land, enforceable through foreclosure or water shutoff to ensure payment for services. You learned that today, didn't you, Justin? You knew that, though.
I knew there was a problem, but I didn't know there was that much of a problem.
Super priority. Super priority. That's crazy work.
I just learned about super priority liens. I did know about these other ones that kind of like high priority. I didn't know they was called like super priority though. So that's something for me to look into.
I'm finna see what else is a super priority.
Right.
HOA is a super priority lien. Super lien. Damn.
Oh yeah. I've seen them super liens. I have seen those for Indiana.
Yep. So HOA. But here's the kicker. Y'all ready for all the kicker and all this? It don't matter they're super lien because I can still take it over subject to and buy with an exception and not pay that lien off. Come on, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody because I've done it multiple times. That's the only reason I know. But don't let it get too high. You ain't gonna be able to get a loan with it. Now, so my very first house I bought back in 2018, that house had I think it was like maybe $500 lien, something like that. It wasn't a lot on a sewer lien attached to the property. I bought it with an exception, bought it subject to, and the person I bought it from, she sent me the money the next month, and I just paid it with her money. But it was just the point that I did not have to pay that to close the deal, even though it was such a small amount of money. But it was just the point that, I can close it without it. Let's do it. Now, if you're going to get a bank loan, they're not going to let you pull that. That only worked because I was buying a house creatively subject to the existing finance.
On the phone and shit. Yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy.
That made sense. All right, Jaden, what have you learned today?
I learned number one, get out your own head and ask the questions what you think that you do know. Ask them anyways, even if they're super obvious. Ask really good questions, and I learned a lot about liens today. I didn't know that banks could come into either like a second or third. I thought they always came in first. So anybody could really be in those type of positions. So.
Right. As we just saw, a super lien can outrank the bank. Now that's janky. They write under state and county taxes. So that comes back to why banks make, not I don't want to say make you, but basically they make you pay PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, because of taxes might make them lose the house. Insurance or lack thereof can make them lose their investment. If it burned down or a tornado hit it or earthquake hit it or something like that, they want to protect their asset, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. This is why they do what they do. What did I learn today? Well, I relearned what Art said, relearned. Don't just tell them possible stories, those positive stories. Tell some negative ones too when needed. I do that sometimes, but I think I should do that more often. Hey, there's a negative. Hey, I saw another guy try this and it didn't work out. They call that scorch the earth. That's what they actually call that in the sub 2 community. We call it scorch the earth. Tell them the bad that can happen if they don't make a move. Let's see what he's talking about here. D. Howard, what up, my man? I learned you can buy sub 2 with an exception and assume a lien. Yep, we can buy it with an exception. I would not be assuming a lien, but the lien would still be attached to the property because I'm not assuming anything. I never want to assume. I know what a seller's doing. I never want to assume a loan. I never want to assume anything, in my opinion. I always want to take it over and understand it and do it. Super priority, new word. She learned a new word today. Super priority. Yeah, that's a new word for me too. I didn't know what it was called, but I knew it was something special going on with it. That's the things you do when you're out here wheeling and dealing, doing a thing called real estate investing. There's so much more to learn, but it all starts with the 4 pillars: talking to sellers, asking questions, finding pain, motivation, and presenting solutions to what they bring you. There's no reason for you or anybody here to not be getting some type of lead in the pipeline, even if you don't know what to do with it. You say, hey, I found somebody. Hey, Chris, I got Sally Sue over here. Her house is coming up to auction here in January, but she don't want it to go to auction. I didn't know what to tell her, but I said, I'm going to connect her to you. And guess what? We're going to get the deal done and you getting some money. Just that simple. Why are people making it so hard, Art?
It's a lot of reasons. A lot of it is mental. Some of it is habits, and a lot of things.
So it sounds like you're saying whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way, you're correct.
Yep. Just got to jump out there and make it happen and be consistent.
That's why I always think I can. Every time, that's the plan. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we get up out of here and do some more woke stuff? Jaden?
I was saying that's it now, and that's good. Learned some good stuff today.
All right, go keep getting those leads. Keep talking to these pre-foreclosures. Keep knocking them down. Let's see. Can you review what Justin just said? They talking about
Chris.
Justin said, deal with business first so your time isn't wasted, i.e. approval. And Justin?
Justin said, deal with business first so your time isn't wasted. I was talking about the tenant buyers when I said that.
No, you're talking about in general. Anybody, a buyer, a seller, or agent, anybody. Deal with the business first so we know we're not wasting our time, i.e. qualifying them or disqualifying them. Whether we're buying or selling, it goes either way. Is this person somebody I should be talking to?
I agree. I don't need to see them. I don't need to see them. I don't need to see the house. A good deal is a good deal. I need to know the motivation.
That's it. We need to know, what are you looking to do? Miss Karen, I see you came off the mic.
Yes, sir. Listen, I have a question.
Drop something heavy on them.
if you are selling a house and you're using a realtor to do it, and they're going to list the house, what should your paper look like to give to that realtor?
Do you own the house?
I have it under contract.
Does your contract state that you have the right to put this property on the MLS multiple listing service?
Yes.
Did they give you either limited power of attorney or some type of legal authority to be able to do this?
The seller knows.
You should have no problems then.
Okay.
If it states
And
it in your
so-
paperwork, you can list it owner by contract.
Okay, owner by contract. And as far as making sure that I get paid, is there anything else that I need to have on that contract?
Shouldn't be. I mean, but they need to understand you're selling this contract by way of assignment.
Mm-hmm.
The real estate agent need to understand that.
Okay.
That you're selling by way of assignment of contract. If you put it up and say somebody getting a loan, some type of loan, and they're like, oh no, we can't do assignments, it got to be something special, then you might have to do some different things. But if you're doing a wholesale deal on market, as long as they're able to buy via assignment of contract, yes, you'll get your money. I don't see why not.
What if it's not a wholesale deal? We're just selling it.
Well, when I mean wholesale, I'm meaning they're paying cash, hard money, conventional loan, not an FHA like homeowners loan. Because if they got to go through all that, there's some other things you have to go through. And your real estate agent will have that. You're not relinquishing power of anything. You're keeping control of the property via your contract. Don't sign over your rights to the agent.
Got it.
You're only they're only being hired by you to bring a buyer.
Got it.
And whatever terms that you agree to pay commission wise is all outlined in whatever paperwork you fill out with them. That buyer agency agreement.
Buyer agency agreement. Okay. All right. And everything will be in there. I might offline might ask you some questions too that I have that I didn't want to say online. So
I thought you had questions. You got 3 more minutes.
No, I got some people looking at me.
Tell them to go back to work.
Yeah, that's what they getting ready to tell me.
Tell them you on break. You on break when you want to. Tell them you big Karen. Tell them don't make me Karen you. Tell them my name Karen. You know what I do.
Hilarious. All right, Chris, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Is it okay?
Maybe. Say I'm not gonna go full blown Karen mode on y'all up in here. Well, there you have it. Hopefully everybody got a little something out of this today. We're going to get up out of here, and I will see you on the next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern for the weekly accountability. I'll take that off the screen. Weekly accountability meeting brought to you by the Future Cash Flow Club. So with all that being said, do what you do. Be who you be, and I'll see you before you see me.
So I want to get into real estate, but don't know where to start.
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. I don't know what you've been doing. You've been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we do.